The Carvathi mother's fur bristled with embarrassment as she knelt beside her cub in the dusty repair shop. Her amber eyes met those of the human mechanic searching for understanding. "I'm sorry," she said, her translator rendering the growls into perfect standard. "The Ultron XT650 is beyond our means right now. Perhaps something less expensive." Oliver wiped his grease-stained hands on his coveralls and smiled. He'd seen this scene play out 1,000 times across the galaxy. Parents trying to give their children the stars while counting every credit. But humans had a different approach to impossible problems. "Mind if I take a look at what you've got?" he asked, gesturing toward the battered hoverboard the young Carvathi clutched protectively. The cub, no more than 8 standard years old, reluctantly handed over the device. It was ancient, probably 3rd or 4th hand, held together with friction tape and hope. Oliver turned it over in his calloused hands, his experienced eyes cataloging every crack, every failing component. "This is a Meridian Series 4, he said softly. "My kid sister had one of these." The mother's ears flattened. "It barely lifts anymore. The repulsion coils are shot, yeah," Oliver interrupted gently. "But the frame's solid. Real solid. They don't make them like this anymore." He looked at the cub. "What's your name, kid?" "Skara," the young Carvathi whispered. "Skara, that's a good name." Oliver set the hoverboard on his workbench. "Tell me something. Do you want the Ultron because it's fast or because all the other kids have one?" Skara's ears perked up. "It's the fastest board in the sector, and it has stabilizers and— Yeah, I know the specs." Oliver pulled out his toolkit. "But here's something they don't tell you in the advertisements. Humans didn't get to space by buying the best equipment. We got here by making do with what we had." Diana emerged from the back room carrying a crate of salvaged parts. She was Oliver's partner, both in business and in life, and she could read his expression like a star chart. "He's doing it again, isn't he?" she said to the Carvathi mother with a knowing smile. "Doing what?" the mother asked, confused. "Being human," Diana replied, setting down the crate. Oliver was already elbow-deep in the hoverboard's guts, pulling out the dying repulsion coils. "See, the problem with the Ultron XT650 is that it's perfect right out of the box. No room for improvement, no character. But this Meridian, this is a blank canvas." "I don't understand," Skara said, moving closer to watch. "Your people, the Carvathi, you're hunters, right? Predators?" Oliver asked without looking up. "Yes," Skara's mother answered warily. "So you understand the value of patience, of studying your prey, of adapting." Oliver pulled out a set of modified coils from Diana's salvage crate. "Humans, we're not the strongest, not the fastest, not the smartest. But we're stubborn, and we never ever accept that something can't be done." Diana began sorting through other components. When humanity first reached for the stars, our ships were held together with duct tape and prayers. The other species laughed at us. They stopped laughing when we made it work anyway, Oliver added, carefully installing the new coils. "We took broken things and made them better. We took impossible problems and found stupid solutions that somehow worked." The repair bay fell silent except for the sound of tools clicking and components sliding into place. The Carvathi mother watched, fascinated, as Oliver and Diana worked in perfect synchronization, a dance they'd performed countless times. "The Ultron XT650 tops out at 180 kilometers per hour, Oliver said, reaching for a logic board. "Standard military-grade stabilizers, auto-balance, the works. It's a machine that does everything for you." "Sounds perfect," Skara murmured. "It's boring," Diana countered. "It'll never teach you anything except how to push a throttle." Oliver installed the new logic board, one that Diana had personally modified. "This Meridian, though. With these modifications, you'll hit 150 kilometers per hour. Not as fast as the Ultron, sure. But you'll learn how it works. You'll feel every adjustment. You'll understand the machine. And when something breaks," Diana added, "you'll know how to fix it. That's the human way. We don't just use our tools. We understand them. We become one with them." Oliver made a final adjustment and powered up the hoverboard. It hummed to life, floating steady and strong a meter off the ground. The magnetic field shimmered with potential energy. "More importantly," Oliver said, looking directly at Skara, "this board is yours, not because your mom bought you the most expensive thing in the shop, but because you're going to make it yours. Every scratch, every modification, every repair, that's your story. The Ultron XT650 can't give you that. Scara's eyes were wide with wonder as the board responded to his tentative touch. How much? The mother asked, her voice tight with worry. Oliver and Diana exchanged a glance. It was the look that had made their repair shop legendary across 3 sectors. The look that said humanity's greatest strength wasn't in their technology or their weapons, but in their inexplicable generosity to those who needed it most. Cost of parts, Oliver said. 60 credits. And Scara here agrees to come by once a week for maintenance lessons. 60, but that's the labor alone, the mother stammered. Diana smiled. Humans don't measure everything in credits. Sometimes we invest in potential instead. As the Karvathi family left, Scara riding his revitalized hoverboard with joy, Diana leaned against Oliver's shoulder. We're never going to get rich doing this, she said. Nope, Oliver agreed, watching the kid race down the street, faster and more confident with each passing moment. Worth it? Always. Because that was the human way, not to reach for perfection but to take what was broken and make it fly.